Sorry, you saw me coming up with a notebook. I actually thought this was a poetry slam.
Yes, bitch, yeah.
You know, I was just gonna take the mic and start saying shit like, jokes are supposed to be funny. I want to use them to make money. And then I realized that this is the real world and it doesn't happen. I'm just kidding, it's a Bible. If you want to confuse people, take a Bible, walk around with it, and then just tell everyone you're an atheist while showing it to them. Yeah, it was funny in my head. Anyway. Sorry, today's been a bit of a weird day, so I'm sorry if I seem a bit nervous. I had to go to the hospital. No, I'm fine. Woo! I had to go to the hospital with my friend Asia, and while we were there, we were in the waiting area, and then suddenly the doctor came out, and he said, Asia? And then he looked around, and he looked right at me, and I mean, I had to stand up. I was like, no. I'm not Asia. I am Asian. There's a difference. Oh man, you know, things have been a little interesting this 2020. I've continued being rejected by women, so I've decided to make it voluntary. And this year, I am giving up dating. All the women in the crowd, like the men clapped, the women were just kind of like, oh, honey, oh no, the boy with the X-Men t-shirt's not dating anymore. Oh no. I should really just stop there, thank you. Anyway, no, it's just that, honestly, I'm just too good looking. Sorry. Hey, you can believe that. My mom says it all the time. Alright? But no, I mean, that said, I did have an experience on Tinder that kind of rocked this self-belief of mine, you know? It was a while ago, I was doing the usual, like Katie was simulating on the gym, I was just doing this on Tinder. like, made it into a little dance, like. Finally I got a match. And as I was, thinking, oh, what do I say? This almost never happens. That's a lie, it actually never happens. And just as I was gearing up to say something, she fired her pickup line first. And it was, are you Arab? I know, right? Right out the gates. And I said, no, I'm Indian. Now, just as I was getting ready to hit her back with a, what about you, where are you from? She responded immediately, almost too quickly, with a, oh, in that case, you're ugly.
Whoa!
I know, right?
Fuck that bitch.
As in, it's not low enough that I'm on fucking Tinder, but I'm getting racially abused on this dating app.
Oh, no.
The same dating app that likes to remind me that I'm single by sending me notifications to keep using it when I get no matches anyway. What the fuck? And I suppose, I should also add, she said to me, and what are you doing here? Go back to your piece of shit country.
Whoa.
I know.
Whoa.
It was horrible. Honestly, I mean, I think she meant India, which is weird, because I've never actually been to India. So, I mean, now, if she was referring to the United States, then I kind of get it. Speaking of countries, tomorrow's Brexit Day.
Is it?
No. Anyway, so I guess in her mind, she was thinking like, oh wow, he's Arab. And I guess she just thought maybe like, I don't know, suave Saudi prince, all the money in the world. And when I told her I was Indian, she just looked at me and she just imagined, hello, this is ID, have you tried turning it on, off and on again?
That's my job.
Yeah. That's why I almost fucked up the line. And I gotta be honest, I tried to see it from her point of view, because, you know, it was, I guess she was just disappointed, and she was like, she saw me, assumed I was Arab, and she's like, oh, okay, rich, powerful, probably in charge of organizing the Qatar 2022 World Cup. And then instead it's like, oh, he's Indian, probably one of the migrant workers that died building one of the stadiums out there.
Damn.
Hey, I didn't fucking kill it. Relax. Alright. Jesus. Anyway, where do you go from there? I'll tell you where. Another Tinder story.
Yeah.
So, more recently, I happened to get my second ever match on Tinder.
Yeah.
Your enthusiasm worries me.
You can do it, buddy.
And, what are we having sex now? Jesus.
Yeah. Everything's coming up, Millhouse.
Alright, anyway. So, I was talking to this girl, you know, and this girl was also quite bold too. She's like, where are you from? This time I went with a different tact. I was like, oh, I'm English, as you can tell from my accent. And she was like, oh, really? You look Indian. And this time, she wasn't calling me ugly for being Indian, so I went with it. I was like, that's bold, I like it. We kept talking for a few days. It was nice. Built up a rapport. She asked me eventually, so why, how long have you been on Tinder? And I said, well, you know, I've had it for a while, but I just haven't been using it that much. Also another lie, which is what you do when you first start getting to know someone, with the aim of having sex with them eventually. And then I asked her the same thing. She's like, no, I don't like discussing things that I wouldn't talk about at work. I mean, I've been asked in school by a student whether or not I used condoms, and she doesn't want to. That's another story, so. And she doesn't want to talk about how long she's been on Tinder. Anyway, so we talked a little bit more, and then out of nowhere I get this other message. Like the conversation goes dead for a few minutes. She tries to resuscitate it with, "Oh, by the way, I have a friend at work who's also British of Indian heritage."
Huh?
And you're asking me in case we know each other? I mean, this was a bit strange. I mean, I didn't know how to feel about this. Like, it was really, really weird. I'd like to think that I'm not, you know, such a snowflake that I didn't get offended right away, but am I being too sensitive about this? Because the majority of you are white, you're not gonna know.
Yeah.
And as I'm there, I'm just thinking, okay, what do I do? So I did what any other responsible adult would do in this situation. I asked my black friends how I should feel. I just want the guy videoing to know that the people clapping aren't even black. Anyway, one of them told me she gave me this very good advice. It was like, well, have you guys got a connection, you know, that's worth persevering with, that you want to, you know, educate her a little bit? Has anyone ever had that kind of connection with someone from Tinder? So no. The other black person that I talked to, he just said, you know what, maybe just try and be nice and educate her a little bit. So I didn't do that. I asked her why she didn't do that. I told her why she said that. Or I asked her why she said that, rather. And her response I know, English teacher, okay? And her response then became, I was like, I'm just a little confused as to why you felt the need to tell me that. And she said, oh no, it's just I remembered you wanted to be a teacher, and that was it. Yeah, I don't get it either. Thank you very much, good night.
Yeah.